Hi. Hello, hello, hello. So I am coming to you live again. So shout out to you if you caught me live. This is Dr. Kim of Align with Dr. Kim, where we heal from burnout and create balance. And once again, I have my water with me. Gonna hydrate before we get started here. So it isn't real. Y'all, I just watched Bible study tonight from Change Church. I attend online globally. And tonight with Thrive is the name of the Bible study. I'm turning my alarm off here if you see me looking down. Thrive is the name of the Bible study. And um, Pastor Darius just started another series about exposing the enemy, exposing the adversity that we experience on a day-to-day basis, exposing what the enemy of our soul is doing to keep us from experiencing God's perfect and full will, his good and perfect will for us while we are here in the earth. And the key moment was when he said, the devil's schemes are in his names. The names that he is called by reveals what his nature is in the schemes of things that he tries to do. The underlying issues, all of those things. And I was like, wow, we say these names all the time and we never know what they mean until he broke that down. And the reason why I'm talking about what the enemy does is because one of the things he said was the enemy will get you to not only just doubt God, he will not only cause you to doubt God's character or try to get you to doubt God's character, doubt what God told you, because that's what happened to Eve in the Garden of Eden, by the way. Don't argue with me. It's in the Bible. That's not what he just only did to Eve, but he does the same thing with getting us to doubt what God says about us, to get us to doubt in our minds who we are, what we have, what is promised to us. And it made me think about just this imposter syndrome that we label, the thing that we call what people experience when they are going after things, people who are achieving things, people who are breaking generational curses, people who are ambitious, people who, if you are taking one step further than you've taken ever before in your life, they say imposter syndrome is bound to happen. You're going to start having these thoughts about who am I to get this? And the way we fight it is challenging those thoughts, not believing everything that we think. And so it made me look at, what is real. And the reason why I say that, because I was in Walmart just minding um my own business, right? And I was in line to get my medicine. You can hear I'm kind of nasally here. I was getting some medicine so I can continue to get well in this fight against the crud. And it had to be a 9-year-old kid and probably his little 5-year-old brother, and the mom was in the line with them. So one of the little boys was in the basket, the 5-year-old, and the 9-year-old was just all on his mind his business. Just he was on the bench, he was some of everywhere else, and she started to get closer to the counter, and she turned around and saw that he was no longer close by. She said, "I'm not gonna come looking for you. I am not gonna come looking for you if you leave." So That let me know right then and there he was used to leaving and exploring off from his mama. So this little boy has quite the character about himself. So something else I noticed about him, she was telling him he needed to come over a little closer to them where they were and was trying to get him to stop exploring and going on off. Kids are just like this. Just we have this adventurous nature within us. I used to do that as a kid as well. I forgot about that. This is the joy of kid watching. And this little boy was just, he just minded his own business in his own world. And his mama wanted him to mind. So what did she start to do? She started to talk about Santa Claus. If you don't come over here right now, I'm going to tell Santa. Santa's not going to bring you any gifts. And I don't know what he was saying, but that wasn't working. He was convinced that, Santa isn't here right now. Santa is nowhere around. The mouth of a kid. This kid was right there with it, with his mom. Santa didn't work. And she started talking about Krampus, y'all. Krampus. I'm going to call Krampus. And he's going to come and he's going to have a stick and he's going to beat you off. I was like, no, she did start talking about the demon Krampus with her kids. She did. And you know what this little boy said? This little boy said Krampus isn't real. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what is she going to pull out next? And you know what she said? She said, yes, he is. Yes, he is. You're going to not get any gifts for Christmas. And when he comes, he's going to have a bag full of coal. And he's going to have a stick and he's going to beat everything up. She was saying all of this to this 9-year-old. And I'm like, if that was me, I would have been horrified as a kid, right? And the other little boy, I think he was listening to 5-year-old, but he wasn't listening, but he's just looking, and I'm observing too. I don't know what happened. I know eventually he came up there with his mom, but he wasn't fazed by it at all. Y'all, the way little children are. She was telling this child something to get him to behave a certain way. She, being the adult, in the place of authority with her child, was trying to get him to behave and not go off too far. Like I said, she said if he had gone off, she wasn't going to go looking for him. So he must have been like a wanderer or a free spirit, a free soul. He just would go off, no knowledge of being kidnapped or anything like that. And that's how it is when you're a kid. You don't have knowledge of all the dangers and things in the world. But he was able to tell his mom Krampus isn't real. And I mean, he said that he didn't stop and look at her. He was still doing what he was doing. He was just fidgeting on the little chair and minding his business. And I was like, oh, okay. She gonna have to come up with something better because he wasn't going for it. And I was like, how many times does the enemy come at us with all of these weird things trying to get us to behave in a certain way, trying to get us to leave what God has said for us, trying to get us to abandon the opportunities that are for us, getting us to tire out so easily. What if we were just to say, this isn't real? This isn't real. The thoughts about who am I to have this? Yes, this is who I am. I can have this. Yes. Counteracting every false thought. How quickly would that eliminate so much of our stress and so much of our problems? Because so many times we can operate off of a false belief for years, going around mountains, making excuses, as to why we don't have the thing. And the thing is right there. The thing is for us. All we had to do was go in and possess it. Yet we believe something false. I have been having to even encourage myself so many times, and even in some phone calls I had with some family members. Whose report are you going to believe? Whose report are you going to believe? We have to realize it's not real, y'all. It's not real. Those thoughts, yes, those thoughts will come up to try to protect us. They will tell you in neuropsychology that, we have an affinity for negativity because our brain is trying to protect us from something. And I'm like, what if all of those on a spiritual and faith aspect, what if all of those things are just lies? And it's an opportunity for us to stand in courage and to stand on truth and to really challenge what's going through our minds. What if we told ourselves, no, the exact opposite? Yes, I am good enough for this. Yes, I can have this. Yes, I will be a millionaire. Yes, I will have everything that I desire. Yes, I will honor my family. I will honor my name. Yes, I will have something great in the earth. Yes, I will do big and wonderful and many things. Yes, I will be happy. Yes, I will have those things. Yes, I will be this certain person. I will have those things. And it gives you room for your vision to breathe. So many types of things and lies can come in to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But when we realize that it isn't real, just like that little boy said, Krampus isn't real. And he just going on about his day. And, it's like, no, that's not going to work. I am going to believe and walk and operate in the things that I want to believe and operate in. That kid had some ammunition that day, and I was encouraged. I really was. So the next time those weird thoughts come up, those thoughts that are from a negative place, from a hurtful place, whether they are thoughts that are swimming around in your own head or if they're coming out of somebody else's mouth and they're actually words, you can challenge it. This isn't real. The real me, the real experience that I am having is one of joy, is one of peace, is one of love, and is one of power. I want to ask you, let me know in the comments, guys, what are you believing for before the end of 2024? What are you believing for? Drop me some comments in the comment box. I want to hear it. I want to greet you in the comments as well. Say hello. Shout out to the replay viewers, whoever is on the line. Thank you for sharing this as well. But yeah, this is just a moment of encouragement, and I am encouraged as well. So yeah, it isn't real. Those thoughts, those lies, I should say, you do not have to believe everything that you think. You don't have to believe everything that has come to you. Things can change in a matter of a moment. Things can change with a choice. Things can change with a decision. Things can change with a conversation that is stimulated in a positive direction. And I want you to experience that, fam. I really want you to get that. I do. This is Dr. Kim. I am going to sign off for now, and I'll see you in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.